And any parts that we don't like, we just edit it out. So, we're gonna be discussing generation differences today. Did enough research on it. But before we get into that, I'm gonna do what I usually do. Just give you some random information about something that I feel like you should know about. Like last time I read you that love essay. Time before that, whatever. Okay, let's do this. So, this right here, this entirely irrelevant to philosophy segment of this lecture is called Dealing with
Your problems.
Police. Alright, because all over the country, when people are getting pulled over, people are giving up their rights because they don't know their rights. So, here I am, I'm going to make you aware of your rights so that when you get pulled over or someone, a cop comes knocking at your door, you won't be, you know, giving up your rights like a waive. Okay, so number one. Where's number one? Number one. Just don't be sketchy. Like, that's just basically like the best rule. First, don't be.
Why would you put first?
Sketchy.
That's
the first one. Okay, fine. Okay, first, don't be sketchy. And what I mean by that is I'm not trying to say be conspicuous or inconspicuous, but I'm saying don't expose yourself. Don't give them reason to pull you over for anything. Like, even if you haven't been, don't just have like empty beer bottles. Even if you haven't been drinking, there's no reason to have empty beer bottles like lying around your house. Expired registration is not probable cause, but that's still not a reason to have an expired license, expired registration on your car. It's just not a good idea. So basically, first of all, to avoid the rest of these things, don't act sketchy. Don't give them a reason to ever, do anything again. Second, if they stop you, first thing, if they ask to search or anything, I don't consent to searches.
What if you're totally okay with them searching?
Why would you be? No! No, that's not the thing.
That just looks more sketchy.
That's what Mr. Pitts was saying. He's like, if you refuse a search.
No, because basically, okay, when you say I don't consent to searches, basically what you're saying is that, like, you can search me, but if you have a probable cause, seeing it as I don't see myself, like, I'm not doing anything here, I haven't given you a probable cause, I don't consent to search it. And if you haven't given a reason,
Why would they stop you?
Under what circumstances is this? Because obviously you've already been pulled over, so you have, or like, what is this?
Okay, maybe this doesn't apply to. Yeah, this doesn't apply to anyone here, but say like you're black or something. Like, there is racial stereotyping.
Get in this video.
Okay. Basically, yeah. Basically, you just let them know. Don't be a don't be a dick about it. Don't be like, no, I know my rights. You can't search me. No, don't be that, because then they can't search you because you're obnoxious. So just say, I don't consent to search you, and be real polite about it. All these rules are implied that be real nice about these things. Okay, number 3. No matter what they tell you, no matter what they say, police are allowed to lie to you. And using these lies, they can enter your home so long as you let them. Okay? So, police
Can lie.
can not
As someone said it.
enter your home. So basically, you exit the house, like when a police shows up at your front step, you just exit the house. The best thing to do is just exit the house, close the door behind you. Whether or not you have anything illegal, that's how I'm going to do it, because I just don't like police being in my house for any reason. Like, they need a warrant, no matter what. Like, they just need a warrant. They can't enter your house and enter as a friend, as anything, unless you say, oh, do you want to come in, or do you think I can come in? Like, as soon as you say yes, you've just waived your Fourth Amendment right, which is their need to get a search warrant. Don't be, like I said, just don't be a dick about it, basically. Officer needs a warrant to enter your home. They can lie. Oh yeah, they're allowed to give you like a warrant. They're allowed to get a warrant for like the house across the street and give it to you. And then if you don't look at the address, that's why you have to check the address on the warrant. Check the address, because they do that. Check the address on the warrant. I know this isn't philosophy. You can't. Hold on. Okay.
No,
So,
I like this.
third.
It happens often. I'm in these situations.
This is very
He's
useful to me.
Sagittarius.
Okay.
Right?
He's looking this up.
That's not.
Looking
Of all things you can do, number 4,
Oh,
don't run. Under any circumstances, whether or not you actually have anything on you, whether or not you're Osama bin Laden, don't run. Because that in itself is probable cause. So, once you start running, you basically waived all your rights, your search warrant, your everything. And it also gives consent to search. Like basically you're saying, hey, why don't you get over here and search me? And once you catch me, why don't you get over here and search me up and down?
That's the big
Okay.
deal.
Number 5. Never physically. Hold on. Never physically refuse a search. You can do a verbal. Try to be as nice as possible, even when they have like you against your car and everything. Try not to let your emotions get in the way. Don't be like, like, you know what I mean? Like, clearly state you don't consent to searches. You know, you're making it clear that this isn't your will. Like, this isn't what you wanted. You have to say, I do not consent to searches. Don't allow them to trick you into talking. Hold on, I just dropped the. Whatever. Yeah, don't allow them to trick you into talking because they're allowed to do that. Never threaten the officer with violence. Never. Or a lawyer. Don't be like, my lawyer's gonna have your ass. Don't say that either. Just say I don't consent to searches, and the best thing to do is just to remain silent. Which brings me, and resistance justifies the officer's use of batons and tasers. Often they'll try to get you to physically resist so that they, you know. Yeah, okay. So, number 6, which is probably the most important. Hold on.
I thought number 1 would be the most important.
I
That's wrong. Number one's first.
would like.
Who forgot that?
Who said that? Would like to see
He's getting salty.
my lawyer.
What's wrong with saying that?
No,
You're
do
so
say
okay.
that. Would like to see my lawyer, period, and then stop talking. Like, people think that you're gonna be able to talk your way out of it and just walk out. Just stop talking. It's always the best thing to do. Because you're not, like, necessarily always informed of the law. Police may legally lie to you. They may say, like, I know you got this. Like, you're gonna serve hard time for this stuff. Like, they're allowed to say whatever they can to get you to talk. So, just the best thing to do is to remain silent. You have that right. You have that, Fifth Amendment right? Right? Yeah. Say it and shut up. Like, straight up, like I just said. Police are not obligated to stop questioning you in any case. They're allowed to, like, badger you as much as they deem necessary. And always be an exceptional witness. So if you feel like you've been mistreated by someone by the police, or if you feel like they've been done some injustice, something unlawful, something against the Constitution, then you're going to want to report the event. And if you want to report the event, you're going to have to remember as much of the event as possible. You're going to want to remember the badge number. You're going to want to remember the car number. You're going to want to remember who was watching, what he was doing, what was said, blah, 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 blah. These are the 7 rules that when dealing with police in any event, whether you're getting caught, whether before you're getting caught, and I call them the FTP of NWA.
That's beautiful, Isai.
What did it say? What did it say?
That's pretty amazing.
That's
Why did you put first?
I can.
These are the
I appreciate
FTP
you.
of NWA. And basically, okay, I'm sure she knows.
Does everyone get
Yeah.
this, please?
No.
Fuck the police.
I guess they should say, okay, so, just to go over real quick, don't be sketchy, don't give them any reason at all to ever even start searching. Tell them you don't want to be searched. Tell them they can't search you. Don't let them search you if you're allowed to tell them. Never run. Never physically refuse a search. Don't try to fight them in any way. Tell them you would like to see your lawyer and then just stop talking. And always be an exceptional witness. Alright, we all know how to deal with police. Woo! Should I erase this? Or did you get this? FTP of NWA?
Let me zoom in on it real quick.
Alright.